In Capital News tonight, residents in Dar es Salaam turn up at NIDA centers as the SIM card registration exercise expires. Ongoing rains destroys the 22 kilometers Mabogini-Kahe road in Moshi district. And in sports, Yanga has left for Singida region to play against Singida United on Wednesday in a Premier League game. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Karija Zimbwe. First, the national news. A few hours remaining until Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority TCRA closes down SIM cards that have not been registered with their biometric system. Residents in Dar es Salaam have turned up at the National Identification Authority NIDA offices to follow up on identification numbers in order to be registered. Mnazi Mmoja ground is among various areas to witness such long queues of people.
I had an issue with fingerprinting. I have been given a form by NIDA to register without one. I filled the form, which will be rubber stamped by NIDA, and come back in 10 days. I came here a couple of months ago and I was instructed to go back to my ward and look for it there. I did, but mine was not there. If more people keep coming, then we will keep serving them even tomorrow, as NIDA will serve all those above 18.
In Mwanza region, residents have called on President Dr. John Magufuli to extend the SIM card biometric registration exercise, as many people have not yet registered.
We're going to use everything possible in Mwanza to register our people. At the moment, officers are working past midnight to make this exercise a success. We shall serve the people to the last hour, but we are encouraging them to contact local government authorities in respective areas to find out if they can access service from there. I ask him to be merciful and add us more time. The process is cumbersome. We ask him to help us.
Now, long queues of residents following on their national identification card numbers have also been witnessed in Mtwara region, with many expressing concern of their SIM cards being shut down.
This is the third time I'm asking for my number, and I must wait for it. Otherwise, I will wait until I get it. It is more than 100% of those who have been registered, so you can see more people are coming forward. I urge those with no ID cards to come and get registered. And I've instructed NIDA to work late so applicants can be issued with numbers as they come in.
In Njombe region, residents have turned up at NIDA offices complaining of challenges in the biometric registration exercise, such as the machines being unable to record their fingerprints.
I've not been able to have any fingerprint taken. I had so many attempts and ran out of time. One major challenge in fingerprinting is failing to read and applicants giving incorrect information as the system is extremely sensitive.
Kwa mfano kama mifumo ambayo tumewekea ili kupata namba kiurahisi.
Despite registering for the citizenship identification card in Zanzibar, many residents have not received their ID numbers, making it difficult for registrars to register their SIM cards. The acting deputy director of NIDA in the Isles, Haji Hassan, has said that out of 800,000 people expected to be registered for the national IDs, 720,000 have been registered.
I still don't have an ID card. They keep promising me to come back the next day. I'm tired. I feel the government has not prepared. They should have notified us earlier. This has caused a lot of inconvenience. I've come for my number. I applied 3 weeks ago and it is not ready. The queues are too long and the system has been acting up.
Zoezi inaenda vizuri na sasa hivi hadi tunavyozungumza ni zaidi ya wananchi 700,000.
The exercise is going on well. As we speak, more than 720,000 Zanzibarians have been registered out of 800,000 plus who should be registered shortly. A lot of applicants were registered in December and these have received ID numbers.
The 22 kilometers Mabogini-Kahe road, which connects 6 wards of Moshi district in Kilimanjaro region, has been cut off, causing residents fail to go about their daily activities and some schools to close indefinitely after the road was destroyed by rains that have been falling for more than 2 months.
Yani kwa kweli barabara zetu za Kahe hadi Chekereni ni kero kubwa sana.
The state of our roads is terrible. It is very hard because vehicles have to drop us off in the middle of the road because the condition of the road is so poor.
Na sisi kama TARURA tumeliona ambao imekuwa kwamba mvua iponyesha.
As TARURA, we've taken note. Likely there is a contractor already assigned to this road. So what we will do is instruct him to do some preliminary repairs of the road so that it can be used while we wait for the rain season to pass.
Sasa tuna changamoto ya maji ya mvua hasa juu.
There is a lot of water flowing into this area and the change in the rain pattern hasn't helped much. One side of the road has been damaged. However, we will do what we can to do some minor repairs as we wait for the rains to stop.
The government in Mtwara region has said 17,000 students out of more than 20,000 who had passed their 2019 Standard 7 national examination have not enrolled in Form 1 this year. Mtwara Region Commissioner Glacius Biakanawa has directed parents who have refused to allow their children report to school to be arrested and have legal action taken against them.
Watoto 17,000 zaidi ya 75% hawajafika mashuleni.
17,000 students, more than 75% have not reported to school. My question is, where are their parents? And are we waiting for 3 months to do an analysis? Therefore, my instructions to the local government figures is they should arrest parents from this coming Monday and any student who is not at school.
Na maelekezo kwa mujibu wa sheria, afisa mtendaji,
The law states that ward officers must arrest parents whose children are not attending school, and instructions were given in this regard. As of next week, this will be put into effect.
Tunasema wamegoma kupeleka watoto wao shule, wachukuliwe hatua za haraka.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And in international news, The government of Democratic Republic of Congo has strengthened police security in some parts of villages in Beni in order to prevent fresh attacks by ADF rebels. The officers are here to protect us. Security has been boosted in our neighborhoods. We are thrilled with this move. However, we believe that with God in them, they shall win the battles. Our thoughts were perhaps we have been forgotten, but God has listened to our prayers. The police officers are here. People used to be killed like animals. Most people ran away, but police officers coming here, our hope is that they will be able to combat crimes. The European Union will discuss ways to uphold a formal ceasefire in Libya, and that any long-term peace deal will need a real support from Europe to make it hold. This was said by the bloc-stop diplomat Joseph Borrell as European foreign ministers held discussions in Brussels on how to strengthen the shaky truce on Monday, a day after international leaders, including some that have backed opposing sides in Libya's conflict, agreed at a summit in Berlin to uphold a UN arms embargo and end military support for the country's warring factions. Now in Kenya, Embakasi East MP Babu Owino has been remanded in custody for 7 days to await a pre-bail report from the probation department. He denied an attempted murder charge at the Milimani Law Court on Monday for shooting DJ Felix Orinda, popularly known as DJ Evolve, at AB Club in Kilimani, Nairobi.
Council, then 7 days according to this court will be appropriate in the circumstances. In the present case, if the report is heard earlier, then either party is free to move the court for the same to be presented. After all, the decision whether or not to deny the accused person bond has not been made by the court. I have, however, not found good reason to have the accused person remanded at a police station rather than prison remand, and he will therefore be remanded in prison remand.
A serious outbreak of locusts is spreading in parts of East Africa and posing an unprecedented threat to food security in some of the world's most vulnerable countries, according to officials with unusual climate conditions partly to blame. The outbreak of desert locust, considered the most dangerous locust species, has also affected parts of Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan, Djibouti and Eritrea. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development has warned parts of South Sudan and Uganda could be next. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has said the outbreak is making the region's bad food security situation worse, with hundreds of thousands of acres of crops destroyed. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after this break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. Some timber factories in Mufindi district Iringa region have started to close down due to various reasons, including significant drop in business, which has had a negative impact on communities and nation as a whole. The lease of levies has been a major challenge, making investors closing down factories. If investors will adhere to all the levies incurred in all three phases from farming to harvesting timber, how can the investors benefit from their business? There are major impacts when a factory is closed down, including loss of government revenues. The government should come up with solutions of good industrial investment plan, because without doing so, it will be difficult to achieve the industrial economy goal. The government has been advised to ensure they attract visitors attending international conferences in the country to visit and promote various tourism attractions. The advice was given by some participants of an African Postal Organization conference during a tour of Tarangire National Park in Arusha.
First of all, thanks Republic Tanzania.
We are grateful to the government of Tanzania for the warm welcome indeed. We have seen various potentials. This information will be shared back to my home country. I hope in the near future I will come back.
Hope that in the future too I will come back.
Some fish processing companies in Mwanza region have expressed concern on lack of reliable external markets. This was revealed during a tour by the Namibian ambassador to Tanzania, Teresia Samaria, at Alpha Group factory.
Ongezeko la samaki limekuwepo kubwa.
We are grateful for government's contribution in the increase in number of fish. Our current challenge is reliable foreign markets.
Sasa tunashukuru sana serikali, samaki zinapatikana.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters.
Position, Joaquinho, he did lose some length.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Yanga has left for Singida region with 20 players, where it will play against Singida United on Wednesday in a Premier League game.
Mmoja ni banka ambaye hayupo kwenye kikosi kwa sababu ameumia goti kidogo.
One of them is a banker who is not part of the squad since he has a knee injury. Another one is Sonso. He has a red card, and other players whose logistics are not clear. Otherwise, we have high hopes from our new sign with a player from Orlando Pirates alongside Haruna Nyonzima, together with the team captain Papi Kabamba Shishimbi, have said they are going for a battle. All the rest of us can do is pray for them.
Captain Papi Kabamba Shishimbi, Mnajuma Abduli Mnyamani Mtumbaya.
The national amateur boxing team has started training in preparation for the qualifying competitions for the 2020 Olympics to be held in Tokyo, Japan.
Performance ya wachezaji na viwango vyao vinaonekana viko vizuri.
Performance of boxers as well as their standards are impressive. As coaches, our work is to evaluate strength and weakness of each player in order for us to end up with excellent boxers. Right now we have 3 exercise sessions from morning to evening. All the boxers are fit and technically well trained. Manchester United's top scorer Marcus Rashford could be out for at least 6 weeks with a stress fracture, according to manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Here are more details. The England international went off 15 minutes after coming on as a substitute on Wednesday's 5-0 FA Cup win against Wolves. Rashford was not included in the squad for Sunday's trip to Premier leaders Liverpool. When asked whether the club would seek a replacement for the 22-year-old, the Norwegian had said they had many injuries for big players this season and that it was an unfortunate situation they were in. American 15-year-old Coco Gauff proved last year's victory over Venus Williams was no fluke when she bet the 7-time Grand Slam champion once again to reach the Australian Open a second round. Here are more details. Gauff announced her arrival last July with victory over her idol Williams in the Wimbledon first round, and just like last time she did it in a straight sets, winning of 7-6, 7-5, 6-3. Gauff will play Romanian world number 74 Sorana Cristea next. Meanwhile, world number 2 Novak Djokovic overcame a third set wobble to beat Germany's Struff 7-6, 7-5, 6-2, 2-6, 6-1. Djokovic is a 7-time champion in Melbourne and is bidding for his 17th Grand Slam title overall. And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.